Picture this: drones swooping into restricted airspace, forcing airports to grind to a halt and leaving nations on edge about a shadowy form of aggression. That's the alarming scenario unfolding in Denmark, where recent incidents have raised eyebrows and sparked international concern. But here's where it gets controversial. While fingers point suspiciously toward Russia, officials are treading carefully without solid proof. And this is the part most people miss. These aren't just random pranks. They're part of a broader, evolving strategy that could redefine how we think about modern threats. Let's dive in and unpack what's happening, step by step, so even if you're new to geopolitics, you'll grasp the stakes. Over the past few nights, Denmark has faced a series of drone disruptions that have shaken its aviation sector. For the second time this week, Aalborg Airport, a hub for both civilian and military operations in the country's north, was forced to close temporarily. The drones appeared in the airspace between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. local time, prompting authorities to halt activities. Smaller airports in southern Denmark also spotted similar activity, though they avoided full shutdowns. Danish officials have labeled these events as a hybrid attack, orchestrated by a professional actor, with the drones launched from nearby locations. Importantly, they haven't directly accused Russia or any other party, despite the heightened tensions. To understand what a hybrid attack really means, let's break it down simply. According to NATO, these threats blend military and non-military tactics, both overt and covert. Think disinformation campaigns spreading false narratives online, cyber hacks crippling digital systems, economic sanctions squeezing finances, or even deploying irregular groups alongside traditional forces. The goal? To blur the line between peace and war, sowing confusion and eroding trust in societies. For beginners, imagine it like a chess game where the opponent uses sneaky moves, not just direct attacks, but psychological pressure to destabilize you. NATO highlights that Russia is known for employing such sophisticated strategies, including political meddling, malicious online activities, economic coercion, and even territorial grabs. Denmark's careful avoidance of blaming Moscow directly underscores the complexity, as they lack concrete evidence. But as our security experts note, this pattern of disruptions feels like a deliberate test of NATO's resolve, punishing countries aiding Ukraine in its defense against Russia's invasion. Denmark's response has been measured yet firm. The national police elevated the crisis level, activating their national operational staff to work around the clock, enhancing collaboration with security agencies, energy, and transport sectors. Defense Minister Troels Lund Poulsen emphasized that these incidents represent a new reality for the country, aimed at creating fear and division. While the armed forces have the capability to shoot down drones, they chose not to in populated areas near airports, prioritizing public safety over immediate action. The government is considering invoking NATO's Article 4, which triggers consultations among alliance members, a step already taken by Estonia and Poland this month over similar airspace violations. This isn't the same as Article 5, which would declare an all-out attack on the alliance. It's more like calling a family meeting to discuss a brewing problem. Zooming out, these Danish events aren't isolated. Europe has been on high alert, with multiple NATO nations reporting incursions. Just last week, Copenhagen Airport shut down for hours after drone sightings, and Oslo's main airport closed for nearly 5 hours, diverting flights. Earlier, Russian MiG-31 jets breached Estonian airspace for 12 minutes, and Poland dealt with 19 drone crossings, even shooting some down and closing airports like Warsaw's Chopin. Romania spotted a Russian drone near its border with Ukraine. In each case, Russia either denied involvement or claimed it was accidental. Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk warned that this brings us closer to open conflict than since World War II. Taken together, these incidents suggest Russia is probing Western defenses, signaling consequences for supporting Ukraine. At a recent news conference, Danish officials provided updates that echoed these concerns. Justice Minister Peter Hummelgaard urged unity, calling the attacks part of an escalating series designed to instill fear. Defense Minister Paulson reiterated the professional nature of the operation, spanning multiple locations simultaneously, and confirmed no evidence of Russian ties, though Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen hasn't ruled it out. Police Chief Thorkild Foged vowed a thorough investigation into the launches, while Chief of Defense Michael Hildgaard explained the decision not to shoot down drones for safety reasons. The ministers stressed that such hybrid threats are here to stay, with technology advancing rapidly and no easy fix. Denmark is joining EU talks on a drone wall, a concept proposed by European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen to detect and neutralize incursions early, involving frontline countries like the Baltics, Poland, Romania, Bulgaria, and even Ukraine for its expertise. As we wrap this up, it's clear that these drone attacks are more than mere nuisances. They're a wake-up call to the vulnerabilities of modern societies. But here's the controversial twist. Could this be Russia's way of flexing without crossing into full-blown war? Or is there another actor at play? And this is the part that invites debate. Should NATO respond more aggressively, or is diplomatic caution the wiser path? What do you think? Is Russia behind this, or are we overlooking other possibilities? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with Denmark's measured approach, or should they point fingers sooner? Let's discuss.